A large hours-long protest today following a fatal police-involved shooting this weekend in Mississauga. Demonstrators blocked the intersection of Morning Star and Goreway in Malton. Protesters are calling for a public inquiry into the death of 62-year-old Ijaz Choudry. The father of four was shot and killed by police inside an apartment on Saturday night. Investigators say Choudry had barricaded himself in the unit and say they believe he had access to weapons. The SIU is saying officers were able to communicate with Choudry through the door of the apartment, but they entered the unit when he stopped responding. Following an interaction, police used a taser and fired plastic projectiles. Officers say neither had an effect, and that's when they opened fire. Choudry was pronounced dead at the scene, and late this afternoon and early this evening, the crowd walked along Goreway and Derry, occasionally stopping and blocking intersections. CP24's Beatrice Faisman is live for us in Mississauga tonight, where this community is still searching for answers. Beatrice?
And they're still gathering this hour as well, Chanel. Quite a sizable crowd here at Morning Star in the Goreway. Right now, Roman candles are being set up, set out into the air, I should say, by a group of demonstrators. They've been now going for more than 24 hours. I was here yesterday. There was 200 to 300 people marching in the streets here as well. This crowd, they want answers. They want to know how this could have happened to Ijaz Choudry, 62 years old. We're told he's a father of four by family members. Today, we heard once again calls for a public inquiry to be held. Family members, as well as the Muslim Council, say they don't believe that the Special Investigations Unit will give the family the answers they deserve with their investigation. So they want another independent probe to be held to essentially shed light on how the situation escalated. We're told by Choudry's family members that police, first responders were called here after he refused to take his medication on Saturday around 5 o'clock. We're told by several nephews that Choudry suffered from schizophrenia. And instead of mental health crisis workers showing up here, the family says the SWAT team, ETF officers arrived. They climbed up on the balcony and essentially stormed his residence, first using tasers, then projectiles, plastic projectiles, and then ultimately an officer fired his weapon. So today, family members gathered here today, as well as other Muslim Canadians, to ask for this public inquiry to be held. Here's more.
You know it's a mental health crisis. You do not need a cop for a mental health crisis. You need funding for mental health workers. You need a healthcare worker to assess the situation here. A cop does not assess the situation. They do not have the training for this. You need experience, knowledge, and practical experience.
This was a man that had a story to tell. And his story was broken and destroyed by someone reacting, not compassion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. Accountability for Mr. Ijaz Choudry should be achieved. It is non-negotiable. As a society, as a civic nation, this is a very simple message. Ijaz Choudry deserves better, and we as a society deserve better. And it is up to you, ladies and gentlemen, to not forget about this watershed moment. We have to continue. We do not want more people like Mr. Choudry to be put in body bags.
I should tell you, Chanel, that today's demonstrations have largely been peaceful all around, but Peel Regional Police did send out a memo this afternoon to all officers, warning them to be on the lookout for possible retaliatory attacks in response to Choudry's death. So we'll bring you more from the scene here in the next half hour. Chanel, back to you.
Okay, Beatrice, thanks so much. And as Beatrice mentioned, the chief of Peel Police released this statement in response to Choudry's death. It reads in part, loss of life, such as Mr. Choudry's and those before him, lead to deep impact that is felt and shared by the responding officers, have been in consultation with our Muslim Advisory Committee, and will be consulting other stakeholders in the community and experts in the field of mental health to do all that is necessary to support those experiencing mental health distress. I ask for calm and patience as we sketch our path forward and as the investigations unfold what transpired.